Hello everybody, welcome back. We're going to be running some scouts again today. I just tried this deck list a few days ago and it didn't go super great, so I saw Trickster Sorry upload a new video with a slightly different list and I figured we'd give it a try because I think the deck, one, is a lot of fun and enjoyable to play, but I think it should be able to do fairly well at the moment. The overall stats are very impressive. I think it has about a 55% win rate. And so I figured I should give it a second try because I really love playing the deck when I kind of get in a groove with it. And last time it didn't go so well. I thought we'd give it a new try, especially because the last time I ran it was close to the release of the expansion. The meta was slightly different. So I wanted to jump back in and give this one a try with some slight updates. We're running the new Dragon Prince Grinzo card, which is really fun. 2-mana 2/2 little dragon dude. And he is valuable for his attune. We do run several big hitting board buffs that help change the game, so getting this extra spell mana without having to pass and waste our unit mana is very valuable. He has Attune himself, as well as each round, the first time you summon a 1-cost ally, refill 1 spell mana. So that'll work with our Fleet Feather Trackers, our Shell Shockers, and even our units from Marine Warden. So the extra mana will add up over the course of the game, that even if we do curve out and just go Fleet Feather Tracker, Dragon Prince, Greenzo, and then Misfortune into double Marine Warden or something, that following turn we still will have a ton of spell mana in order to cast a big spell. We don't have to pass on the early turns to try to hold up spell mana. Or also just for keeping up our form ups is really nice. This list also runs triple Inspiring Light, which is definitely an interesting card, I think, in Scouts decks. I think I used to run 2, but I can definitely see the value in running 3, especially when you're running so many extra value in the 1-drop column. I think it'll be really interesting to see how this performs, because it's essentially, if you have 5 units on board, it's 2 mana, gain 5/5 worth of stats, right? It's very efficient for its mana cost, and it can help change the dynamic of the board state when your opponent is trying to get away with some cheap chump blockers. All of your little units become so much more threatening. Our top end is pretty similar to last time. Obviously, Misfortune and Island Navigator and Quinn are a threatening combo, and Vanguard Sergeant helps provide some extra board buffs. We're still running 2 copies of Scrutinizing Sergeant. I did think this would be interesting in the Scouts deck. That was the first kind of idea that came to mind. It was pretty solid the last time I played it. It has some good value for just 2 units in 1 action, as well as the unit selection is very nice. You can get a second Misfortune on board, so I think that's definitely worth it. I love Genevieve, very strong card, can help swing the late game with extra stats and the Challenger to help pick off opponents' units. And Triple Champion Strength, of course, is one of the most powerful Demacian cards in the game. So let's get into it and see how it does. I think our goal against Siren decks... Ooh, okay, interesting. I was just going to mention, I've seen some lists run Silence and Suppress. Trickster Sorry was talking about that as a way to help beat the Zolani decks. You can silence Zolani, or in matchups just like this, the Equipment Destroying would be nice. I don't think these are fantastic in the keep, although Genevieve would be nice later on. Instead, I'll keep Duran Sculptor and Dragon Prince Grinzo. I guess we don't need both, right? Do we need mana or defensive stats more? I'll probably go with the Duran Sculptor play here. Hey Charles, what's up? Welcome to the stream. Thanks for tuning in. We're running... Oh gosh, that's probably the worst hand I've ever seen. Hopefully our opponent doesn't do much either. Jeepers. Okay, so our units are going to have a lot of defensive stats, but we're just not going to have many units. Okay, that's a good draw. So next turn we can go Island Navigator plus Inspiring Light. That is decent for given how awkward our start was. Triple Inspiring Light, yeah, right? If we kept Grinzo, we would have had the mana to do it. Honestly, I think they're still gonna outstat us. I'm just going to probably have to play for a Champion Strength play. I think their units individually will always be really big, but what if I'll keep this dude alive for now because he can get really big later on. But I will offer the traits here since they only have 1 mana. But are they going to take a lot of damage? Interesting. Why do that? Put it in range of like a Mystic Shot or something? I'm pretty happy to have them take any traits here. Wow. Okay. I was going to say, hold on a second. I think I'm okay with that. Losing 1 Drain Sculptor at this point in the game isn't the worst thing in the world when we have... Oh, like Portal Fly is actually really good. If they're running like Mystic Shot or something, I don't know why they're running PNZ. Yeah, that's interesting. Scrutinizing Sergeant. They're tapped out of mana, so if we play Scrutinizing Sergeant, they can't kill a Misfortune. Or a Vanguard Sergeant. That seems really good. I think this is fine. I'll just play Champion Strength next turn. Even if they want to rally with Vayne to get the level up. Oh, like that's really good too, huh? I still think it's just first for Demacia. This is just so many stats, right? Like they're gonna have to block with at least one of the champions, right? I guess I try to block. Because if they have a pump spell, they can use it when we block anyway. Or when we attack anyway. And so at least this saves 6 HP. Ooh. That wasn't what I was expecting, but sure. Yeah, this is tricky. They have mana though, so if they have a pump spell, we're in trouble.
No one escapes my aim.
This is such a weird game.
Stay still. Come to model for me. Stay still.
Wait, don't they just lose the game then? They'd have to have a Mystic Shot, but I don't know why they're running PNZ. I guess just the equipment then, right? Interesting game. That was kind of back and forth. Our strength is definitely going wide in those matchups. They're built around kind of buffing up 2 units or so with their equipment, whereas we like to spend Necronomicon. That's actually hilarious. I'm curious to see what they're running here. This is pretty cool. Challengers seem like MVPs in this matchup. Honestly, Genevieve is exceptional in this matchup too, I'd imagine, but a little pricey. We can look to jar later. Anything like our Misfortune would be good. Vanguard Sergeant's fine. They are running PNZ. I will go Fleet Feather Tracker here to try to get after Teemo on turn 2. Duran Sculptor is nice too. That makes me kind of want to go turn 3 Duran Sculptor into Shell Shocker, and then turn 4 play Island Navigator. Yeah. I think I'll just kill Teemo. I don't really care about this guy as much. Teemo has higher upside. Like if they level Teemo, he's going to end up planting way more puff caps than the puff cap pup. I think I'm fine trading Duran Sculptor here if they have a challenger. Okay. Because it gets this guy an extra point of health, which is nice. Oh yeah, I forgot that's how that would work. Oopsies, that was silly. I was thinking at first they don't have any like damage spells to ping him down, but I forgot the quick attack. That was a bit silly. We still should be fine though.
The ocean whispers her secrets.
Tiny toads, giant snakes, nature's so cool. Where's the artillery?
Okay. Let's see if we go Fleet Feather Checker.
Field work. You messed with the wrong Nico. One, two, Nico. Asho.
Yeah, I'll block here.
Not doubt.
If we go Island Navigator, we'll have 6, 7, 8 mana next turn, so we'll be 1 mana short. So I guess we just have to go Vanguard Sergeant. Because if we go Fleet Feather Tracker plus Vanguard Sergeant. No, we'll have enough mana then. What am I thinking? Yeah. Okay. We will have enough to keep form up as well to keep our Fleet Feather Checker alive to kill the Nico. They're down to 1 card as well, so I think we're looking okay.
Stand strong.
Always forward.
Get shipwrecked.
I'm fine with these trades because
Ocean
if they have a way to protect Nico, it stops the attack buff. That's actually really tricky if this doesn't work. Okay, that's pretty big. They could still have another Nico, but they're down to 2 HP. I think we can get them if we just live through this turn. Yeah, we definitely have them next turn. I just don't know if we'll be able to get there. 11 HP. Oh, shoot. Okay. That's pretty good.
Nice to meet you. I'm Isla. Currents keep me.
I'll just block 1. No, I'll block 2.
You will not prevail.
Because there's a chance that this guy, the portal will be less buffy. And we're going to refill our board anyways, and I don't want them to be able to kill us with something like Double Get Excited. That was not a card I was expecting. So like Champion Strength off the top would be fantastic. If not, we can go Sergeant plus Fortimacia. But this Diverge is a problem. I think Misfortune wins too. Does Quinn win? She attacks for 3. Pulling Styratu. These guys will just die though. I don't think we can kill Styratu. So I think my hope is if we play Quinn, they're going to have units though.
Nothing gets
I don't know what to do here. I think we're kind of stuck trying to hope that they don't have units in hand or like any interactive spells. Okay. That's still fine. I can take this attack.
Bless is motion.
No, because I can still kill Quinn here. How do we do this?
Scouting ahead.
We only kill one unit though. We lose our Quinn.
Patience makes perfect.
Then they kill 2 of our units for free. That doesn't seem like it accomplishes much. I guess we just hope to rip a champion strength off the top. Oh my gosh, okay. That seems kind of tough. We can still win if we draw Misfortune, so as long as our Styratu doesn't do too much here.
Where you going?
Stop right there.
Soldiers, to me!
That's one draw. Our opponent has pretty much a full grip though. I don't know if it'll be enough. But it's certainly a start. Okay. Cool deck, definitely got us. I thought we had him, we were really close, but that Styratu was really clutch.
Demacia does not forget. And
I was not expecting such a high curve from their deck. I expected it to be kind of those leaner creatures who try to level up Nico quickly. But very cool tech. Plus we haven't found Misfortune in either of our games. That's certainly an important part of the deck. I wanted a okay there. I was gonna say I wanted a mulligan more aggressively for Misfortune. That's why I pitched the rest of the ones. Hey, what's up, Max? Wowzer pup. I think that's a funny emote. All right, I think I'm just gonna go Mirai Warden first to try to get some pressure on the board. Since Petrified Broadwing can't kill anything this turn, maybe I just want to push damage.
Oh, I've never met anyone
Oh,
like
that's kind of interesting. That'll actually work really well if we draw Dragon Prince Grinzo. I think I will take my attack. 4 damage is pretty meaningful over the course of the game. Okay. Now I'd love to find another 2-drop. Or even another 1-drop would be fine, so that we can go Misfortune on turn 3. Broadwing on turn 4, plus another unit. Okay, like, that works too. If I play Broadwing first, I guess it's probably worth it, right? Like, we don't need to technically play out Misfortune here. It doesn't accomplish much. Next turn we can play Misfortune and Inspiring Light.
no prey, no pay.
Oh, that's actually kind of funny. Oh no, it won't work with Watchful Idol. Oh dang, that's pretty chunky. It'll still die to any of our units with the misfortune trigger. But I was really hoping for something like just like an X1. So I will attack with my Broadwing. Just playing one of the tutus though, to leave him at least somewhat healthy. So he doesn't die to like a pie toss. And then by our next attack turn if we're getting Genevieve on board. This is obviously, I think, way better for them overall. They trade, you know, two units for 1 unit there, but they get the 2 portals out of the deal. We can rebuild fairly efficiently as well. We can get down both Mariah Warden and Vanguard Sergeant, and then play Genevieve next turn, so... Ooh. That's actually really good too. I think I might go Sergeant here to try to find a second misfortune, so that if they kill the first one, it's still problematic for them. Because we'll be burst speed Genevieve buffing next turn. Wow. That's crazy. Like, the portals are really nice for them, but they're not developing any threats on the board or dealing with our threats. They're just drawing cards. I think we're okay with that. Like, that seems pretty nasty. This is, it's literally, it's Demacia, Howling Abyss.
My strength is yours.
This is actually kind of funny. If we pull the Broadwing, it'll take 2 damage from the Misfortune triggers. So that there won't be much damage on our Genevieve. And we have Champion Strength in hand. / for Demacia. We're looking pretty alright. Our opponent has fallen so far behind that they're really going to have to rely on some crazy broad main and disintegrate plays to catch up. Which it's not impossible. If they have like several condenses in hand or something, they're just too short on mana for this turn to go well for them, I think. Oh, that's interesting. It'll only be a unit that costs 3 or less though. How many units do they run that cost 3 or less that are really impactful here? Plus it's a 1/1, and this is a 1/1. Yeah. So that was really useless for them. None of these guys can actually put damage on our champions. It's just saving them Nexus damage, which is still important if they are trying to buy time. But in the long run... maybe I should just start like this. How much? Yeah, because I don't want them to be able to play Disintegrate right now. I'd rather kill 1 unit for free than on the second one. If they have a Disintegrate, so be it. Again, that's a lot of resources they spent this turn to not deal with our big threats. Plus they're taking 4 damage just from the misfortune triggers.
Their pride will cost them. Fresh out of mercy.
Alright, our board looks very spooky. Both our misfortunes are threats to level up.
Wondrous discoveries await
I might not even play Champion Strike the next turn, because we just level this misfortune on the open attack if they don't kill her right now. But I guess the argument is they'd have to kill both our misfortunes, or else one of them would level up next turn. And we're probably killing them just on board damage anyways, even if they do kill both misfortunes. So I suppose I'll throw it out there, depending on what they do this turn. I don't think our opponent has a very good chance here. They don't have the mana to play broad main even. I'll make them think we ripped it off the top if they're even still around. Okay. This could definitely be a tough matchup if their hand wasn't so bad, but their hand was just much too slow. I wonder why people leave instead of just pressing the surrender button. It's like, it takes 2 extra seconds.
These woods belong to us. No regrets, no mercy.
Oh, that is funny. The second misfortune levels as well. Just because, like, if any of your champion levels, right, it'll flip that. I didn't think of that. I was thinking the other one would stay unleveled for some reason. Okay, here we go. The Siren Song deck. I'm not convinced this deck will be a particularly good matchup. We don't have any answer to Evelyn or Siren Song or Zolani. When I was watching Trickster Sari play, in the one game I watched at least so far, he didn't run into Evelyn or Zolani. And so he was just able to like kill the opponent by turn 6, turn 7. This is really nice. We can go turn 1, turn 2, turn 3, and keep up mana for form up. That's why I think Grinzo is very interesting in this deck. And I'll take this. Oh, they don't even attack. Because Pocket Picker will just die to the Misfortune trigger if they try to block. So. Yep, I'll end the round. I'm not going to throw away my unit here when I know I have a Misfortune and potentially an Inspiring Light coming. Oh, that's really good too. I guess they're going for the board buffs too. But this is still 2 HP, so I can just block with one of these. They have to have a Hate Spike next turn. So we can go Island Navigator. And then if they try to play a Hate Spike, we can go form up. If they tap out, we can play Inspiring Light. This is what I mean though, like, I already feel like we're kind of out of stuff to do if our stats don't beat them here. Like, we can't, this one mana unit is already like shutting down the entire board. I'm pretty happy to see this block. Oh wow. I think I'll attack with all of these dudes. We have 3 more units coming over the next few turns anyway. Plus, these guys will get buffed up in a few turns if we don't trade with them now. Like, our Misfortune is going to level on our next attack turn. That should be enough to push across the finish line unless they have double hate spike, or I guess a sunburst, right? They run sunburst.
Devotion to battle.
Oh boy, here I go! Alright, let's get to work.
I don't know if I need to play second Duran Sculptor here. I feel like the extra point of health is kind of irrelevant at this point. And the potential to hit something like an elusive off Mirai Warden is much nicer.
Really? Wanna have some fun? Boys, no game, soldier, but okay.
Follow the horizon.
I'll save the 4 damage. If this game does last a few more turns, I don't want to be burnt out to like fizz damage. Because either like we win this turn with our misfortune level, or like they potentially get to their next turn with Solani and just finish the game. But like the other outcome is if this game just goes too grindy. I guess they all fearsome, so we're kind of dead anyways if this turn doesn't work out.
Always forward.
I don't think so.
If they have a sunburst here, I'm very sad. They'd have to have double hate spike otherwise.
Love ya.
This guy could actually kill Misfortune though. So I'll have to go Broadwing plus Sculptor. I guess it's a good thing you have those extra units. So that way that Misfortune can pull, or can go over a unit that doesn't. Okay. I think we're looking good. Because Misfortune... Misfortune will do...
I sculpt what others only dream of.
Guns blazing.
Steady hands.
She'll become a 7/7. So she'll push 4 damage. 7 damage on her own. And then all the other units will die that they're forced to block with.
No regrets, no mercy.
This game plays out very differently if they can kill our Misfortune though. If they have a Sunburst earlier in the game.
I ain't afraid.
At this point I don't think it's possible for them to kill Misfortune.
Justice be swift.
So the form up alone should kill them. I guess they could have a random silence, but Purify only hits followers, right? Alright, close game. Misfortune's pretty good when she goes unanswered, huh? Turn 6, I guess that is how you beat the matchup. Just kill them before they can play Zolani.
That's why
I don't know if that's a consistently reliable plan, but Trickster Sorry did it, we did it. Alright, sounds good, Max. See you around. I'll text you later about some League of Legends stuff. Jax Ornn. Oof. Another matchup I'm not too optimistic about. I think we're looking much more for our aggressive curve rather than Durant Sculptor. Like Shell Shocker into Broadwing into Misfortune. They're going to have way bigger units than us. And so I want to kill them early and level up our Misfortune early. Champion Strength is also nice, but they're going to have potentially lots of freezes that could really destroy us. Freezes are obviously really backbreaking against Demacia decks. I'll take the attack. I don't think there's too many. I guess Jax, huh? Okay. They do potentially have Jax, so I'll end the round. I was thinking Jax was a 3-mana unit, but I guess I'll play around it there because we have Inspiring Light anyways. We lose Misfortune if they have a strike, a fish fight. So do we try to play around that at all? How would we do that? Vanguard Sergeant here. Next turn, it gives us one more action to try to draw something like a form up. Because they're probably not going to open attack on this turn 4 anyways. I want to develop if we're really trying to apply the pressure. Interesting. I don't think that accomplishes much for them. It lets them cycle the card easily, and like it gets rid of our challengers so they can develop a Jax. But now the Blacksmith will die if it blocks even our Shell Shocker. Right, like next turn, the Blacksmith wouldn't have died to a block, so... I mean, it's not a bad play for them. I just don't think it's like a game-changing one. Just a solid, like, cycle card. Like, if I play Misfortune, they have a fish fight. I think we're still okay. Next turn we have a Scrutinizing Sergeant.
It found you.
Which makes me also not want to play Inspiring Light this turn. Because we kill the units no matter how they block here. And then we can save a form up for once we get Scrutinizing Sergeant on board. Sorry, I hate that the audio cuts out every time I go to the other screen. I don't know if that's just because I'm in like full screen mode versus windowed full screen. I'll still pass. I'm expecting this Misfortune to die, and since Inspiring Light wouldn't put her out of range of Jax right now, I'll just pass. Oh, that's good too. That Entrancing Lore is very good. We could play a Champion Strength this following turn. I don't know if that would be great. Freezes shut us down pretty hard when we don't have a big board. So maybe it's just Vanguard Sergeant plus a Fortamacia. Or like a Misfortune off the top plus Fortamacia. I just don't think our important units are going to ever live long enough in this matchup. They've only used 2 Entrancing Lures, so I imagine they run triple fish fight. Plus the freezes, like I mentioned. This definitely seems like a tough matchup. And we haven't been able to force any good trades of our own. So I feel like we're just falling behind and we don't have many great comeback mechanics at the moment. Because we can't really pass too much longer. If we pass on this turn 6 just to try to develop our board, they can slam Ornn on turn 7 and we're in a lot of trouble. So we're kind of under the pressure to hit something good off our top deck here. I don't know if that does it. Again, champion strength gets so blown out by like freezes right now. I think I'll probably just go Vanguard Sergeant plus 4 Demacia. I do think I have to try to resolve at least one pump spell this turn. If not, their board's going to get too big. Jax will start to get more and more buffs from all their units surviving. And at least this might bait out some of their resources, like a fish fight or a freeze. So if we do get the chance to resolve a champion strength. I'm also not sure if our opponent's AFK. We only have 2 units here that they can't kill, even if they do have the freeze. But the Jax could just freeze. Alright, I don't know what happened here. I think we were probably going to lose this game if our opponent didn't disconnect. I love the failure art, by the way. Like, that's a really pretty wallpaper. Yeah, okay, I don't know. I won't take too much away from that game. I think we were certainly unfavored. Especially the way it played out. I feel like that's a pretty bad matchup. Okay, Mono Teemo. I don't know why I always forget what this is. It's not an Elusives deck. Is it just a Mono Puffcaps deck? Mono Teemo? I'll definitely keep Broadwing. And I probably will keep Form Up. Because if our Broadwing tries to pull something like a Puffcap Peddler, we'll need the extra stats if they try to like resolve a Mystic Shot on it or something. It might be Grappler's deck. Oh, okay, interesting. Did he make a recent one like this?
Prepared for anything.
Yeah, our opponent's gonna get at least 2 hits in with this Teemo, unfortunately. This list isn't running Blocking Badger Bear. That's certainly a consideration. We are running triple Vanguard Sergeant. I could see cutting 1 Sergeant for a Badger Bear. At this point, I might as well start with the Rand Sculptor. Because on turn 3 we can go Vanguard Sergeant. Turn 4 we can drop double Broadwing. Okay. This is still fine because our Broadwings will still kill Teemo on turn 4 anyway.
Never know what hit.
Pure Puffcap with the new landmark. Gotcha.
Adventure starts with mushrooms.
Soldiers, it's me.
The new landmark is interesting. It makes for some crazy games. You can kind of just like pass and take as much damage as you want and just try to out Puffcap them. It's kind of funny. Quinn would be really good in this matchup too, I think. Ooh, that's good. We unfortunately didn't play Broadwing last turn since we weren't expecting a misfortune. But we set her up for our next attack turn with Genevieve on board. That seems pretty alright.
Oh, if mushrooms could talk.
Like right now, since I'm tapped out of a response to any damage spell, if we try to pull the Puffcap Peddler, we just lose the Broadwing for free pretty much. I'll just try to kill Teemo.
I've always been a fun guy.
Grow free.
My hope at this point is that they're running out of cards in hand so that Teemo being leveled won't absolutely like destroy our deck. And we can get a Vanguard Sergeant plus Misfortune down, and then the following turn get Genevieve on board. Or sorry, I guess it's a good thing we top deck this, huh? Yeah, like this was pretty alright for us. Only 2 mana left, so they can't really get a ton of extra puff caps in our deck. There was certainly a way for this to go a lot worse. Augmented Clockling doesn't do a ton for them on board.
Armed and ready. Roll this.
We are getting kinda low.
I'm one of the good guys, but not that good.
Genevieve's gonna have to do some work here.
The wood can't fight back, but I can.
We have 3 challengers, so they probably won't have a board after this round. But getting down to 10 HP range feels a little sketchy.
These woods belong to us.
I'll do this attack first so that they can't kill Genevieve with like a Get Excited or an Aftershock.
Love ya.
Plus we're pushing a lot of damage here without the monument on board. Is this lethal? Technically, it is. They could have freezes. Yeah, that's my... I did run into a Teemo deck the other day that ran freezes. Yeah. Alright, this is definitely a bit of a wild race at this point. Our opponent has a lot of puff caps in our deck already, but our misfortune levels on our next attack. What can we draw here? I guess if we top deck Champion Strength, that we don't have enough mana for it. We don't have any strike spells, so we're at our opponent's mercy here.
Discipline and steel.
I'll act like I'm thinking of something.
There they go.
Yeah, we're in trouble. I don't know if we're winning here. I'm going to play the Feet for the Trekker here because it adds 1 additional damage on board. And I need as much damage as possible because I can't level. Yeah, I think we're definitely dead now. I was going to say, if they didn't have the monument, we could open attack and just try to kill them that way with the form up. It doesn't run any removals aside from Mystic Shot. Gotcha. Because I wanted to, I guess our only hope now is they almost certainly have a Karina or an Insider Knowledge, something like that. So I am going to try to level Misfortune because her level up will plant 1 billion puff caps in our opponent's deck. That makes me think they just have a Karina. They just wanted to get the extra puff caps. Or maybe they're desperate and needed the... Or no, because that wouldn't have added any damage to Genevieve. Yeah, okay.
They found
think we are dead. Rats. Man.
Somebody's gonna bleed for this.
I don't feel like we played that too poorly. They got 2 free hits with Teemo, right? Like they got to attack on turn 1. If we had the attack token on turn 1, they would have only gotten 1 hit with Teemo because they would have attacked on turn 2. Then turn 3 we could have challenged him. And so the fact that they were able to like level up their Teemo early enough in the game to stay alive from the Broadwing challenge. I don't like Scrutinizing Sergeant in this matchup. It's nice for their tempo. But in the Demacia mirror, when they probably will go really big, I'd rather find some extra hitting power to try to finish off the game early. I think I'll take the trade. I guess I shouldn't. We probably win this game through value trades, and the fact that this at least stops them from playing like the Herald of Dragons on turn 2. I need to play Misfortune probably once they tap out of form up. But I don't know if that's realistic. I guess I'm okay if I play Misfortune and they trade for Fleet Feather Tracker. That one's not quite as nice. I guess I could also just offer the pass there. Alright, this is fine though. So now both their units are dead to the Misfortune ping. That is if they don't have a pump spell or a strike spell. So I wonder if it's just better to go Island Navigator. I think I will, because there's a chance that we either get Misfortune off of Scrutinizing Sergeant, or we drop pump spell by our next attack turn. But I don't want to throw her away for free. Form up here blows us out. Okay. I kind of want to just end the round again. I don't feel confident that any of this is going to resolve. I guess I could try to do this. I want to get rid of the Challenger rather than the White Flame so that this can't threaten Misfortune next turn. If we play Scrutinizing Sergeant and hit Misfortune. Alright, so now we just need to accelerate the game. Hopefully they can only play like 1 unit per turn. Oh, that's so good too. That definitely makes me want to go Quinn into Misfortune.
Smoke, ash, and dragon fire.
Single combat can still get Quinn. Okay, I'm pretty happy they're not even taking that attack. Double Misfortune is really nice. So instead of risking it with Scrutinizing Sergeant, since we only have 1 in deck, I'll just play Misfortune. Maybe they'll try to kill her with something like a Cataclysm or a single combat. We can just pull the White Flame with Valor. I'm totally okay with throwing him away if our opponent has another pump spell here. That is definitely tempting, but
Just like hunting pressure geese.
Everything burns.
okay, I'm really happy that resolves. Wounded White Flame's like one of their hardest hitting units once it's 6 on board, so the fact that they couldn't protect it makes me think that they might not be able to stop or maybe not be able to stop like a Shyvana from dying later on in the game at the moment. Vanguard Sergeant is pretty good here at this board state. It just depends on what our opponent does with this mana.
Soldiers to me.
I will get the extra 3/3 on board. It pushes a lot of damage. We have 4 quote-unquote units in hand. 4 metaphorical units. So we can rebuild pretty easily, even if they do take 1 positive trade or so. But I want to make sure we're pushing Misfortune and Quinn's level up condition. And trying to get their Nexus health low. I don't think they'd run anything like Star Shaping.
We march.
And I will attack with everything except for Misfortune. Because even if they take like the positive trade here, that stops us from getting Fortimacia going. They're not putting damage on our champions. Yeah, like this is fine for us. Because Misfortune is probably the better kill condition at this point than Quinn. So if they're really invested to try to kill Quinn, I think we can be okay with that. Champion strength off the top would be really nice.
Let's move hearts and armies.
Yeah, I'll play this here. This if they don't have a, they have to have a pump spell plus a single combat to kill Misfortune, because otherwise the Dawn Speakers would buff the Fleet for the Checker into range of killing our Misfortune. So
Our allies did not
this
fall
is
in vain.
just going to force them to invest a ton to deal with our threats, or else we just like win the game next turn, and then we just play our sergeants and finish off the game.
Blood, Demacian heart.
That's pretty good.
Fear a dragon's rage.
I was curious if they'd go after Misfortune or Quinn. Alright, so now I can play my Sergeant. Hopefully hit another Misfortune. 3rd copy. Or what? That's a little unlucky. I've never seen that miss. Oh wow, that's really good too. I will just take my first attack though. How do I get punished for... Oh no, what am I doing? I'll just do this first, right? No. I'll play this into Fortimacia. I think that was a bit hasty. I think this is fine.
It's our time to shine, Valor.
I don't know if they can deal with Quinn plus Valor killing Shyvana plus all the other stats on the board. Oh yeah, okay, that's GG. Because Quinn will level. This first Valor can kill Shyvana. Yeah, awesome, GG. I do love the Dragon's deck, but sometimes it just feels really slow. I miss the old days of Pantheon Shyvana. That deck was a lot of fun. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. I think we finished, what, 3 games positive? I have a ton of fun with this deck, and I think this deck list does feel a lot better than the previous one I played. Inspiring Light especially can make a huge impact early in the game, as kind of like these 3 stages of our board buffs. We have Inspiring Light for 2 mana, and then Vanguard Sergeant gets us Fortimacia, and then Champion Strength at the top end. I think that just allows for a lot of flexibility for you to time your like moments when you need to apply pressure throughout the game. Plus it just uses a ton of cards that I really enjoy. I think Quinn and Scrutinizing Sergeant and Genevieve are some of my favorite cards in Demacia. The only card that we're missing, I don't even know if... Yeah, Cythia the Bold isn't in Standard. But otherwise, I think it's a really fun deck. Very lean and efficient in the early game. And has some really powerful plays. So, I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you've been playing. I'm always curious to see some new lists. Let me know if you're experimenting with something like Badger Bear or Silence and Suppress. But I'll see you guys tomorrow. I don't have work, so I'll hopefully have like a nice 2 or 3 hour stream. And I'll see you guys then.